You never know what, when, where, how, who. Sometimes 1 and 1, 11, not 2. There are things going on all around you, stranger than fiction but true. You never know what, when, where, how, who. Sometimes 1 and 1, 11, not 2. There are things going on all around you, stranger than fiction but true. Have you heard? Have you heard about the death camps built by FEMA? Have you heard? Have you heard about the transhumanist agenda? Have you heard? Have you heard them railroad WikiLeaks found out? Have you heard? Have you heard in Haiti UN bringing cholera? Have you heard? Have you heard about the smart dogs created by DARPA? Have you heard? Have you heard about the HARP project in Alaska? Have you heard? Have you heard about Project MK Ultra? Have you heard about Project Monarch, CIA brainwashed through trauma? Have you heard? You never know what, when, where, how, who. Sometimes 1 and 1, 11, not 2. There are things going on all around you, stranger than fiction but true. You never know what, when, where, how, who. Sometimes 1 and 1, 11, not 2. There are things going on all around you, stranger than fiction but true. Have you heard? Have you heard who create and fund Al-Qaeda? Have you heard? Have you heard about exoskeleton super soldier? Have you heard? Have you heard the manifesto of the Unabomber? Have you heard about the Bully Society and Barack Obama? Have you heard? Have you heard about the Guidestones of Georgia? Have you heard? Have you heard about the internet gatekeeper? Have you heard? Have you heard Zionists said it Wikipedia? Have you heard about centralization and ownership of media? Have you heard? You never know what, when, where, how, who. Sometimes 1 and 1, 11, not 2. There are things going on all around you, stranger than fiction but true. You never know what, when, where, how, who. Sometimes 1 and 1, 11, not 2. There are things going on all around you, stranger than fiction but true. Have you heard? Have you heard truth about the World Trade Center? Have you heard? Have you heard how IMF destroyed Jamaica? Have you heard? Have you heard why rescue so slow in Katrina? Have you heard? Radiation come from cell phone tower. Have you heard? Have you heard black bloc just police undercover? Have you heard? Have you heard about Guantanamo Bay in Canada? Have you heard? Have you heard IBM work alongside Hitler? Have you heard? Have you heard about the Nazis and Coca-Cola? Have you heard? You never know what, when, where, how, who. Sometimes 1 and 1, 11, not 2. There are things going on all around you, stranger than fiction but true. You never know what, when, where, how, who. Sometimes 1 and 1, 11, not 2. There are things going on all around you, stranger than fiction but true. Not everything out there negative. Plenty of people doing positive, reminding us there is alternative to the destructive way that we live. Have you heard? Have you heard about Venus Project in Florida? Have you heard? Have you heard Jack Fresco's vision for the future? Have you heard? Have you heard Love Police message to the consumer? Have you heard? About the zeitgeist movement the whole world over? Have you heard? Have you heard about Michael Reynolds, the garbage warrior? Have you heard? About Wangari Maathai, the tree mother of Kenya? Have you heard? Have you heard about Rick Simpson in Nova Scotia? Have you heard? Have you heard about Marrakesh Society of America? Have you heard? Have you heard about Derek Jensen in California? Have you heard? Have you heard about Move Out of Philadelphia? Have you heard? Have you heard the utterances of Haile Selassie from Ethiopia?